Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 4th episode of Adam's Accounts. This is the mid-season finale because I'm taking a break next week, but we're halfway through the first season of Adam's Accounts. We have 3 accounts on the show. As always, first up, our rotating segment this week, the interview account. Up next, bringing on our very special guest, Hunter Athlete. You'll find out who that is in a minute if you don't already know and didn't look at the description. And finally, Adam's final account, where the chat will decide a little bit of what I talk about, and I'll talk about something else that will be, I'm sure, of interest as well. So without further ado, let's get right into the interview account. Hello, and welcome to the first segment of the show, the interview account, another pre-recorded, pre-edited segment. I went through and asked everybody similar question, phrased a little bit differently, but the same question. So let's take a look at what people responded. Who is your favorite sports player of any sport?
Oh, that's a good question. Any sports?
Dansby Swanson.
Okay, there was this Ohio State quarterback, college football a few years ago. His name was JT Barrett. He had like the best arm. And he had like the most runs of any quarterback. And now he's pro. I don't know what team he's on. I haven't kept up with him. He's a good one.
Darius Slayton.
Probably like Coco Gauff or something.
It's Sugani. Let's go.
Yuki Nishida, he's the right side for the Japanese national.
Really, that's
Sports player. All right, well, we heard some responses there. I'm looking forward to doing more interview accounts in the future. But for now, it is time to shift to the main segment of our show, the athlete's account. Welcome to Ben Kwon.
Hey, happy to be here, Adam.
Video.
What's going on?
He went from the interview account to the athlete's account. So he's in 2 segments, a new record today. So, Ben, if you didn't know, you were on the Hunter bowling team this year. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So how'd that go for you? Because I know season's over, but how'd it go for you overall?
It was an amazing season overall. Just like a wonderful atmosphere for everybody. got a great captain. Just like everybody's always so supportive, and it's just like a great fun sport.
Well, going on to that, how did you guys do in terms of placement and in terms of record and all that?
Okay. So in Manhattan, we were undefeated actually. We went like 10-0. Teams were forfeiting left and right because of our just amazingness. Then we went into the playoffs. We had to go all the way to Staten Island to face a team. They're 1-8 because they're in like a really hard division, and we got it into 3 sets. We took the B game and we just got crushed. I mean, that's all it really is.
You mentioned the B game there. There might be some people. Can you explain the bowling format? I know the bowling format, but there are going to be some people who certainly do not know the bowling format.
Definitely. All right. So there's 8 players playing at the beginning. There's 4 people on the A team and 4 people on like a B team. You would add up the points from one team against another. If one team has more than the other, then they get that set. And you play both. It's first to 2 sets wins. So if some team sweeps another team, then the game is over. But if it's 1-1, you go into a C game when you bring your 4 best bowlers in for one final game.
So those are just 4 bowlers that
any 4 players from A or B. Any 4 players from A or B, or you can bring in like a substitute from a different standpoint.
All right, so that's really interesting. But we had some other professional sports news this weekend, specifically football. We had a great back-to-back football game for the Giants and the Jets. The Giants only lost only lost like 42-10 or something ridiculous like that. I mean, any reactions to it? How do you like Tommy DeVito so far?
Oh my God. Well, overall, that game just crushed me as a Giants fan. I really thought we had a chance this year for the playoffs, but I guess it ended up coming short. We lost to the Cowboys week 1, 40-0. So that already had me sad. I knew coming into this game that we did not have very good chances, but I did not expect what happened. We lost by 5 touchdowns, I think. It's not very fun. Tommy DeVito, I'm very surprised. He came in a really interesting spot. Both Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor, the first and second string QBs, came down with injury, and he was really put on the spot there. I mean, he's in a really interesting situation, as I just said. I saw once that he's still living with his parents, so he's definitely not expecting to start this game. I mean, he is not very good. It's not really fun having him as quarterback. He can't throw the ball more than 10 yards, and that really caused our running back Kwon, who is our star, to get consistently stopped, as there is no wide receiver options really.
Yeah, here's the question, Ben. Here's my question for you. Do you think that they would have been better with their backup running back at QB, Saquon at running back, and then running the read option the whole game?
Honestly, yes. Even Saquon, I'm not trying to hate Tommy DeVito. I'm sure he's put a lot of work, a lot of determination into his game, but I'm sure Saquon Barkley could throw a better spiral than him. So even if that would work, I mean, Saquon gets 4 yards per gain every single time he just runs it. Every once in a while, you run a trick play, he passes it. Yeah, I think we would have lost by 20 instead of 35, maybe.
Ooh.
Honestly, that's a really big step up because we have not been doing well this year.
Switching gears a little bit to the Jets, who also lost yesterday in a very different kind of game. Very even game, actually.
A lot of field goals.
I mean, here's you don't think that there were many many New York football fans right now based on how these teams have performed over the last few years. But it was a great atmosphere at that stadium yesterday, and it was packed. And just imagine how empty it would have been if the game weren't played in Oakland.
Oh my God, yeah.
Las Vegas, sorry. I keep swearing.
Las Vegas. Bro, the Oakland's Raiders. All right.
For those counting, I've now made that mistake twice. So you know. I made it on the wheel once, and I just made it again. So from now on, I will refer to the Las Vegas Raiders as the Oakland Raiders for ease of memory. You guys should figure that out. But yeah, any thoughts on the Jets? And they lost yesterday. They're possible playoff hopes because there are 7 teams that make it.
Well, that game, though it was really close, I don't think that's going to tell us very much about this season because we have a lot of stuff coming up as a Jets fan.
Wait,
I mean,
are you a Giants fan or a Jets fan?
I'm starting to lean towards the Jets now, the way our Giants are playing. Oh my God. All right, well, there's going to be a lot of divisional matchups soon. You have the Bills coming up next week. You play the Dolphins twice. Those are 3 really, really tough games. But I think if you have Zach Wilson lead the team a couple more weeks and you bring Aaron Rodgers in, which is like miraculous. It's amazing that he came off of like a terrible injury. Thought he would be retiring just then. And he's just coming back in a couple of weeks. I think if Zach Wilson is able to lead this team for long enough to just like stall for Aaron Rodgers' arrival, I
If
think
they win
they
2
have
of these
something else.
next 3 games, the complexion of the season changes. You're 4-5 going into 3 tough games versus being 6-6 with a pretty even record against your divisional opponents and a clear shot at making it. So these next 3 games now really matter.
Crucial. Yeah, you have to win at least one, like preferably 2 here, because
Well,
let's say you
preferably
lose
3.
all
I mean, why
3.
not? While you're
Lose
at
all
it,
3, you're
might as well
4-8. That's not looking very good.
If you lose all 3, you're out. You lose
Yeah.
1, you're still probably out. You lose 2, you got a shot. At this
Mhm.
point, if you're a Jets fan, you're looking for a shot.
What are you hoping, Adam? What do you think about this Jets situation right now?
You know, here's the thing about the Jets. They spent a bunch of draft capital for
Shohei Ohtani.
for
Wrong
Aaron
sport, buddy.
Rodgers. He might as well be Shohei Ohtani.
All right.
For Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. And then you come back with this. And now I don't think that they have a first round draft pick this year, and you have no
Yeah.
signs of getting better anytime soon. And if they don't make the playoffs this year, the Jets need to tear it down, actually.
Yeah.
Minus sauce.
It's really unfortunate. They've
No
been
sauce. Minus
Bro.
sauce. You got to tear it
It's
down.
really sad. They rebuilt a couple years ago, and now they're finally good. But just like injuries have torn them apart, especially Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just threw away all of their future. I mean, they still have Sauce, which is like really good for them. They have Brees Hall, who's also pretty young. I think he'll be top 5 really soon. But besides that, you don't have any future. You lost most of your first round draft picks. You just put everything into Rodgers, and then he just got injured after 4 snaps of play, which is not fun.
Well, up next we have hopefully a little bit more of a. I guess I should have used Shohei Ohtani as a segue because now we're going to talk about some baseball, my favorite sport.
Let's
Baseball
go.
off-season time.
All
Really
right.
exciting. I mean, very interesting free agency class. We're going to do a few predictions here. So we're going to start off at the top of the top, Mr. Shohei Ohtani.
All right. So I know most people know that Ohtani is like my favorite player. He's really representing the Asians out there. Regarding like where he's gonna go, of course, as a Mets fan, I would wish he would come here. But I remember earlier this year, he was saying that he would like to stay on the West Coast. He wouldn't want to come to something crazy like New York. So I think that he may come to somewhere like San Francisco or even like Texas for the Rangers. I think he'll go there for a couple of years.
All right. So where do you think one team? You have one team. Where is he going to end up?
One team? Just because of just like the money, I would say Dodgers. I don't know if Rangers got that bank anymore after they spent a lot of money on just like different players.
All right. We're going to go to this next guy who's also Japanese. Let me see if I can pronounce his name. Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Oh, that wasn't that hard. Okay, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What do we know about him? Let's see. He's 25. Thanks to MLB.com. I've learned that he's 25 and a good Japanese player. Good
Yeah.
pitcher.
I heard that he won like MVP honors in the Pacific League down in Japan. I don't know why I said down. That was kind of stupid. Yo, I'm really excited for him. I think that he'll immediately make the jump into like a number 1 or number 2 spot in like a really good big league rotation. Completely unbiased opinion here. I think he's coming to the Mets. It's like put him with Senga, they'll be lethal.
1-2
1-2
puncher.
punch, yeah.
Japanese aces. Okay. Another pitcher. This is a very pitcher-heavy free agent class at the top, at least. Mr. Blake Snell. First non-Japanese guy we're talking about.
Oh my god. Yeah. Snell, he's honestly really surprising to me this season. I mean, he's in May. I think he only had like 1 win and like 7 losses with like a really, really high ERA. But he just like popped off. He kept on going. He kept going at it. I think this year he will be going to like a really good contending team. I would say that he's gonna go somewhere like San Diego, back to where he was before, or
Right back to San Diego.
right back to San Diego. Yep.
Or
Or he could also go to somewhere like St. Louis or even like the Diamondbacks, maybe Arizona.
we're going to pause here just so that I can explain this merch giveaway really quickly. So when we get to the wheel, which everybody here knows is coming, when we get to the wheel, you and Ben will make his prediction, and you can make your prediction in the chat. Just put your name with the comment. And if you get it correct, you get 1 entry into a raffle, and I believe we will be selecting 1 winner to win a Hunter hoodie. So with that, we're going to move on to our next free agent, Mr. Cody Bellinger.
Oh, man. Yeah, going into the 2018 season, I thought this guy was going to be a stud. He was so good. He won like MVP honors. I'm not sure. Did he win MVP? I kind of forgot.
In 2019.
In 2019. Yeah, this guy, he kind of cooled down after like disappointing 2021 and 22 seasons. But I feel like he's going to come back here. I mean, he played with the Cubs this year. He had like an astonishing line. He was batting over 300, like 500 slugging. I think he might have found his new home in Chicago. I think he might go back there. But if he's looking for more money, he might go somewhere, like I said, like Los Angeles. They have a lot of money. The Yankees, he could go there to just get even more money, I guess. Yeah. Top 3 choices, I would say number 1, the Cubs. Number 2, Yankees. Number 3, Dodgers.
All right, we are going to go back to the pitching again. What a shock here. Aaron Nola formerly of the Philadelphia Phillies. Is he going to go back there? Is he going to go to somewhere else?
That's really hard because he's been with Philly for so long. It seems like he really enjoys it there. He's just like always electric, going through starts very quickly. I think he may want to stay with like Zach Wheeler and that Philly rotation. I feel like they're going to be contenders in the following years, and unless he really wanted to join a team that could win it all next year, which I'm not saying that the Phillies won't win it. It's just like they have a smaller chance with the Mets in their division. But I would say he may go somewhere like the Giants or the Cardinals. It's like contenders.
All right, next free agent. Josh Hader, formerly of the Padres, left-handed relief pitcher. Then I'll go back and make my picks before the wheel.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't hear you.
Josh Hader.
Josh Hader. Oh my God, the closer.
And I'll go back and make my picks.
I'm trying to think which team is in need of a closer right now. Actually, like next to Aaron Nola, maybe the Phillies. I don't know. They must have did they have Craig Kimbrel this year, or was he on like the Cubs or something? I kind of
No, I
forgot.
think they had Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he was
I
on the call.
mean,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
he kind of snapped in the playoffs. He didn't do so well. So I'm sure he didn't end the season on good terms. He may not ever pitch the same after that. So I think bringing in a guy like Josh Hader, and then since Craig Kimbrell is much, much older than him, maybe he could just give him some guidance. So I'd say Philadelphia. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go back and make my picks, and you get to trash them along the way, Ben.
All right.
All right. We're going to do this pretty rapid fire. Shohei Ohtani back to the Angels.
What? I mean, dude, you don't want another Mike Trout situation. It's like 10 years of just unwasted talent. I don't know. I don't see why he would want to come back to Los Angeles
Well,
or
if
Anaheim. Or
you
I
can
don't
go
even
back
know.
and watch my final account last week to find out why. All right. This guy, Yamamoto.
Mets.
Just for you, the Red Sox. I
God,
think
I'm going to leave this meeting right here. Come on, man.
You still got to do the wheel, and when you're
Okay, I'll do the wheel.
Blake Snell. Mets. Blake
Oh,
Snell
actually, I
is
can
going
see
to
that,
go
yeah.
to the Mets. Cody Bellinger is going to go back to LA with the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Nola is going to stay with the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Hader is going to end up a Met as well. Wanted him a Met.
I think you're overrating how much. Like, I feel like this is bad. This is the same thing we did last year. We signed a bunch of people, and it just came tumbling down.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Okay.
So we are going to head to our
yeah, the
awesome
wheel.
wheel of predictions.
Wheel of predictions.
Here we go. So every week we put on the wheel of predictions, and Ben, 5 games, off-screen prizes. Let's go. First pick.
All right.
There's some football, basketball, and hockey on this wheel. They're going to start off with hockey. Islanders, Oilers, Edmonton Oilers. That game's tonight, so we'll know quickly.
I'm not gonna lie. I do not know much about hockey.
Over here.
A lot of my friends are really big Islanders fans, especially someone like Lev. So just to spite him, I'm gonna say the Oilers are gonna win this match.
Oh, let's go. Best guess so far. All right, football time.
All right, I know this stuff.
Some Seahawks
Seattle
and
versus the
Chargers.
Rams.
That's
I mean,
the Chargers.
divisional matchup. The Rams aren't looking very good this year.
It's the Chargers, Ben, not the Rams.
Oh, wait, what? LA?
Chargers playing LA.
Oh, Chargers. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's different then. That's actually a really good game. Offense is gonna be the key to that. Justin Herbert has been leading this team pretty well. It's really sad that he scored 35 points last week and still lost. Seattle, on the other hand, I think Geno Smith, he had like a ghost inside of him that made him amazing last week. And I think it just like transferred to Josh Dobbs, the GOAT himself, the guy with a PhD or something. I'd say that Seattle wins this matchup. I think the Chargers defense is just going to tumble down. So I'd say Seahawks, yeah.
All right, on to spin 3. Remember, if you put your predictions, you will have a chance, if you get them right, to win a Hunter sweatshirt. So next up, we got some basketball. Timberwolves, Suns.
Honestly, I cannot name a player on the Timberwolves, and I like the Suns logo, so I'd say Suns.
Okay. I believe that this is the 4th spin. Correct me if I'm wrong, then.
You're right.
All right, I can count. Woohoo. Look, Giants.
Okay.
Washingtonians.
Washingtonians.
As I like to say here.
Huh. Well, as much as I want to root for the Giants, I don't think they're going to do that well. They beat Washington last time they played by a little bit, I think. I feel like the Washington's receiving core is really underrated. I mean, they have Terry McLaurin, and then they got like Dotson. They're both really, really good. So I'd also say Sam Howell is like really underrated too. He could be like a top 15 quarterback. It's just his name has been shunned for this past season. So, as much as I want to say the Giants will win this, I think the Commanders will win.
All right, on to our last spin now.
All right.
And that is more basketball. Sacramento, I don't know who that is.
Just the
The
Kings.
Kings, that's right,
Yeah.
and the Lakers.
Again, I don't know much about the NBA. I cannot name you a guy on the Kings. But I know the Lakers, they have like LeBron and like Anthony Davis. I'm not sure if they're good anymore because LeBron's like 50 years old or something. But I'd probably go Lakers here.
All right, well, that will do it for our predictions.
All right.
Thank you for coming on to the show, Ben.
Yep. Thanks for having me, Adam.
All right. So that exit will move us into the final portion of the show, Adam's final account. Hello and welcome back to Adam's final account here. Get the chat ready. I'm going to ask you in a minute what you would like me to talk about a little bit, and I'll pick one thing to talk about. But I have been for a long time a Northwestern football fan. And I wanted to finally talk about them a little bit because it's been forever since we've talked about them. They had a whole hazing scandal the offseason, interim head coach, and now they're 500 and they can make a bowl game, which for teams that you've probably heard of, like Ohio State and Michigan, not very good. But for Northwestern, I don't know what it is. I just always, all the teams that I root for are really, really bad. All the teams that I root for are really, really bad. Northwestern is no exception to this. I mean, they historically don't win many games. Getting to a bowl game that is winning 6 games is a big achievement. So I'm pretty excited. They're 5-5, and they play a really, really, really bad Purdue team, and then Illinois, who they can beat any day, any year, pretty much at this point. So I'm really excited. They're going to Northwestern is going to make a bowl game, and I hope I can go. I haven't seen a Northwestern football game since I was 3. Give me a moment. I'm going to go get something from my closet. This is an old Northwestern football shirt from when I was like 2 years old. I went to a game and it was really fun. I'm a big college football fan. It's really great and that they're going to be in a bowl game this year. I'm really excited. They just upset Wisconsin 24-10 over the weekend. And at this point, you guys in the chat, because if you would like to, can put some topics in there for me to talk about as I finish up. I mean, Northwestern as a contender, you still have 2 games to go. It's my favorite part of – I love Saturdays because I love being able to watch Northwestern football and Cam Porter and Brendan Sullivan, I guess. No, it's that other guy, Bryant, now. He's back. But welcome to the chat, Ben. So as we wrap up here on the show, really excited. Monday. All right, let's find out first who's playing on Monday Night Football tonight. I should know this, but I don't. Let's see. Oh, Broncos, Bills. Bills, whatever the spread is, I got Bills. Whatever you want, I got Bills. Any Bills player over, any Broncos player under. Whatever it is, I got Bills. Whatever it is, I got Bills. All right, so that will wrap it up. that will wrap it up here at Adam's Accounts. No show next week. If you won the giveaway, I will let you know. No show next week once again. Taking a week off. After that, we'll be back at it, though. Really exciting. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe and be notified so that I don't have to send you text messages every time so that you know where the stream is. All right. Goodbye.